Hey everybody, welcome back. This is test stream number 2. I'll be uploading this after we finish. I haven't quite decided how long these are going to take, but, um, we'll see. It's actually, so I am taking the day off of work. It's my birthday. I am turning 27 today, technically at like 3:02 p.m. I was born in 1995, which is funny because I feel there are times when I feel very young, considering that I'm a 90s baby, but I also feel very old because there's a lot of really, really young people on the internet. But yeah, just starting off, let me go ahead and get the game going. I'm going to continue playing Oblivion just because it's a fun game to play. What I am going to do is turn the volume down a little bit. Something I noticed in the last stream was that, one, I noticed how often my voice cracked, which was embarrassing, but two, I did notice that the sound was a bit loud. So I'm going to see what I can do about that. I'm gonna try with that, see how it goes. So I haven't streamed in a few days. It's just been hard to kind of get away. My morning coffee. Do a little just checking before I move on. Okay, stream is up. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I'm excited to get back to it. Last time was pretty fun. This sounds a little vain. It certainly feels a little vain, but I have listened to that video. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go to the Oblivion Gate. I've listened to the like 2+ hour recording I made last Wednesday. Pretty much at least 3 times all the way through. Which I imagine is not going to be the case for future streams. If I ever get into like video creation, certainly it'll be more than that, but you know. I do like that they were just like, you know what? Let's make it hell. We'll just make it's spooky sex dungeon hell. It's scary. That'll be great. Blizzard's gold. Yeah. This is that was that thing I kind of mentioned last time was that I just every so often I'll like click something and suddenly my my running doesn't work anymore. Like it I wasn't super clear last time. What happens is that it'll just toggle off the running, kind of like this. So caps lock normally toggles on and off running, which not to do the thing that I was doing all of last stream where I basically said, oh, Skyrim fixes this, Skyrim does this. I'm fully aware that Skyrim is like not a perfect game by any means, but I guess the point I was making about that is that I do feel like there are a lot of little quality of life things that Skyrim got right. For example, that the walking pace is faster, even though like I 100% recognize that, you know, there are people who really take their RPG seriously and firmly believe that walking pace should indeed be walking pace. Okay. In a game like this, but I'm not one of those people. I am very much I'm not I'm a patient gamer in the sense that I play games much later than they come out. For example, I'm currently playing Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, on a stream in 2022 on my birthday. Speaking of, my partner is at work and we're gonna have a dinner tonight, but I just kind of, it's the first time I've had pretty much been completely alone since then. So since my last stream, so I figured I'd just like take the time and do another stream for fun. Not exactly birthday material, but it's just like something I felt like doing. Though, however depressing that might sound to some people, I quite enjoy it. But yeah, the thing about Skyrim is, things like the walking speed rate. Oh, it's hard to see. The walking speed is so much faster in Skyrim because this is the base walking speed in Oblivion. I don't know. So Morrowind increases that through the speed function, and this game also has a speed stat. I remember. It's me having forgotten. Wait, yeah, there it is. Yeah, this has a speed stat. I'm not sure how important this is to your walking speed. It definitely improves your running speed, however. Oblivion Cave. So yeah, I guess I went Oblivion Cave. But yeah. So Skyrim has the sprint, and that's useful, but it's like, it's not the kind of arduous torture that like Morrowind or Oblivion's base walking speed is. And this game, I will say, this game improved a lot on that particular feature because, you know, and Morrowind has this too, but I feel like Oblivion, it's a little faster anyway. Like the base speed is a little faster. I guess we're going to the hate tunnels. I'll try to figure it out. Oh, no, that's where it was. So where am I just right here? Oh, no, there's an enemy, so hopefully I'm going in the right direction. Solid chance I am not. It's like, have I been this way? This is genuinely labyrinthine, I must say. It's very small to be that way, but okay, I think I'm going in the right direction. Because I haven't seen any of this yet. Oh, okay. I'm back outside, so that's something. Oof. Didn't see any like knobs or anything in there to turn. That's the thing about these, is there's always like an ancillary tower. Yeah, I believe that's the other tower I have to get to. Sir? Here's the thing though, I'll wander around. One of the reasons that I was avoiding the Oblivion Gate at the end of last session was mainly because I spent so much time trying to figure... Because, again, I hate to be that guy, but, well, I hate to be a bad gamer on a stream, but I felt really bad because I genuinely had no idea what I was doing. Red Nash Channels? Is that what that's? Channels, oh my god. If I don't move, he won't see me. That actually seems to be the case. I have to imagine if that is a thing, as in... my torch went off. If it is a thing that they actually don't notice you when you first walk into a room, which, you know, I would need to do some testing to see if that's actually the case. I wonder if there's some... Oh, that's really nice, but it's very heavy. Well, it's not that nice. I just look at, like, the value of things. Because things are really, really heavy in this game. I have not compared the weights of items across the games yet, or, you know, just like average comparisons. My guess is that Skyrim toned down the weights of a lot of items so that you can carry more at a given time. Again, not to keep praising Skyrim, but I do think that was like a if that happened, which my feeling is that it did, having not played Skyrim in a long time. If that did happen, and that's what my feeling is, then that is like something that I am okay with having. Like, that is a compromise for an RPG that I am comfortable with because it makes the game easier. Not easier, but I don't think difficulty in games like this need to come from sort of hobbling the player, you know? I think challenge should come from decisions, but not like... Oh, God. Jesus. Oh, that's what that was. Okay. That actually really scared me. I was very confused at what was happening. Is this not where it just was? I guess not. That's funny. I have not yet witnessed friendly fire in this game. So that's pretty funny that it happened. But yeah. And here's the thing, with RPGs, like, I do think it should just get to the point where utilizing the skills you have and the magic and the weapons and etc. And you're just, for a game like this, right, where there's a lot of movement involved, I feel like those are the things that should like lead to the challenge, not, oh, you exceeded your carry weight. What? Okay. I guess the game just thought that I really hurt myself falling just now. I'm gonna heal. And again, for anyone who hasn't watched the first stream, which, I mean, very few people did, this is... Again, this is very heavy for not that much value. Oh, the other thing is that they just, like, they will gouge you in the markets. Like, I might sell this for, like, 50 gold. It's brutal. Yeah, this is probably brutal. Hey. For those who haven't watched the other stream, the whole idea for what I was trying to do here was I wanted to play these games as sort of as lazily as possible, in the sense of I am very comfortable making this game easy so that I don't have a stressful time playing while trying to sort of like navigate my first stream. That's really it. Drinking coffee while doing this is probably not ideal, because as you can already tell, it's affecting my voice. Oh. Oh. Health, yes. So, watch out for those. Yeah, this is a little, this is less, like, aggressively adult-themed than, say, Morrowind could get. Not that Morrowind itself, like, you kind of had to go searching for that stuff in Morrowind, but, like, it was there. Like, the 36 Lessons of Vivek are, very R-rated, even when they're metaphorical. There's also just, like, stuff that you would not see in a game today. Like, a game that's this mainstream today would not refer to a demon as I think they call him the King of Rape, or Prince of Rape, or something. So they wouldn't say that. That would not be a thing that exists in the game. Sigil and Census is where I want to go. Yeah, I believe these are all not randomly generated. They are all randomly chosen from templates. Most of these locations. So you will end up playing one or the other, just depending on whichever one it picks for you. I apologize. Yeah, I believe my voice just like gave out at the same time that I developed some kind of hiccups, which is delightful. I'm gonna drink some water. So yes, I cannot move. I don't... My sword broke, and I don't... But I don't know why I suddenly have... Because I thought that they had done something to me. I mean, clearly they did. Let's see what happened. Ah, okay. They just added weight. That's what it was. So I'm just gonna sit here. Sorry about that. Yeah, this looks cool, but it's extremely heavy and not very worth having in terms of cash. Sweet, sweet cash. That was very awkward, though. And I apologize. I'm being a little careful with my voice because I'm really nervous that I'm gonna have another like hiccup, and I would rather not hiccup loudly on stream, because again, these are test streams and I'm not really editing anything. Though it's interesting, I can tell my voice is back to sort of it feels crackier, if that makes sense. Like it's a little pitchier. Not great. Need to get my sword fixed. Woohoo! Yippee! All right. Excuse me. I apologize. I'm gonna go get my sword fixed. Finish that. A little more water. I find that the first half hour or so of these are usually not the best, because for some reason it's as if my voice needs to get warmed up, which I'm not a like voice acting person, so that may just be a thing everyone knows about that I don't. I'm picturing in my mind. Oh, cool. I'm just gonna wait. I'm picturing in my mind the. Excuse me?
Honditar is the name. I'm a hunter and mountain man. The deer here are skittish. Need to get them quick, or they'll lead you a merry chase. Poison on your arrows can help, and it won't hurt the meat.
Okay.
Ah, the comely Argonian lass. You may have been to Fire and Steel recently? Rashida has some nice new sword. Farewell.
Still locked. I will wait an hour more.
Hi there. What do you want? For the right price, I can make anything good as new.
So expensive.
Goodbye.
What I was getting at is I picture, you know, the movie High School Musical, where I cannot place the actress's name right now, but I remember her name is Sharpay in the show. Is her and her brother are like doing the vocal warm-ups, they go, oh, yeah. As I clearly just displayed,
It's
I
my
cannot
pleasure.
do that.
Please, let's do business.
Mm-hmm. I kind of like having all the potions. I'll sell one of these. I'm just gonna use that. Also, I did want to apologize. I noticed on the listening to the stream
That's a good deal.
that you can hear trucks outside of my house.
That's
So,
a fair deal.
unfortunately, the town I live in is on a it exists on a highway. It is basically the fastest way to get from anywhere in western Vermont to anywhere in New York. So if you're going down to New York, DC, or anywhere southward, and you live north of me in Vermont, you have to go by my apartment. So by sake of that, you basically have it is one of the busiest roads that you could think of going through a small town like this. Like, I live in a very, very small town, and again, like I mentioned on the last stream, mostly because it was the only apartment we could find anywhere in the vicinity of my partner's work. I was like, can I pick that up? No. So unfortunately, my setup is not ideal. Lighting-wise, it's not ideal. Sound-wise, it's not ideal. I am using a camera mic. I am hoping that if I see the reason to, I will do some quality replacements of things. Get rid of this. you know, like, buy a mic, maybe buy some lighting. Honestly, I need new headphones anyway. Oh. Didn't mean to do that, sorry. Also didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I apologize for the stream so far being kind of iffy. What I thought my voice was doing okay at first, it just like I can feel my throat not being all there, which is really frustrating. I'm gonna try and write it out. So I apologize. Usually when my throat's feeling a little better, or what I would think of as normal, I can hit my tone is slightly deeper, but right now I can feel my voice just being unable to sort of be clear.
Have you come to revel in the glory that is the shrine of Sanguine?
Sure.
It is a place of celebration for us. We dance, we make love. Would you speak with Sanguine?
Sure, I'll speak to Sanguine.
Approach them, and bring Sanguine a gift. Some Cyrodiilic brandy is an appropriate gift for your host.
I don't have that.
The 9 divines are boring. Deidre, they're never boring. Go then.
Yeah, I don't believe I have any Cyrodiilic brandy, which is fine, I'll get some. I don't think that's too hard to get. Ah, cool. I might have actually... That's kind of funny. I'm assuming it's the same ones. Or, not the same ones. I assume that when you're, when they're reverse colored like this, that means I've already completed them. I'm not 100% about that. But that would be my guess. Yeah, I hope you guys don't mind. I'm gonna be a little, not quieter, but I think I'm just gonna, I'm trying to get my voice to like, I'm trying to make sure that I feel my throat feeling okay before I get too far. Zombies! Oh, this is actually good. I wanted more flesh. Yes. For some reason, I'm really certain that's what Meridia wants. I hate the sound of skeletons in this game. I feel like it's the same sound in Skyrim. But I hate it. There must be a light spell of some kind, because I cannot imagine... Oh. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to read. I've come across a bottle of wine with markings I've never seen before. I can barely make out Shadow Banished wine on the label. It must be quite valuable. I should hold on to it until I find out more. Cool. Works for me. Just, some casual grave robbing. You know me. Oh, see, now that has no effect. Oh, you know what I bet it is? The last time I tried to fight... When I tried to fight one of these... oh, well, that sucks. I sure hate that in this game. I really do. Like, really don't care for that. I feel like I'm burning through torches very quickly. Is that just me? The last time I tried to fight a ghost, when I made that whole bit, I literally went through the whole thing about how, like, oh, I keep this magical weapon, this enchanted weapon around because I can't attack certain enemies, and then I attacked that thing. You know what? I think it was because it was a summon, and I can. Oh, okay, that was totally my fault. Just not paying attention. It was because it was a summon, not... See, I did it again. You can tell how out of sorts I am, because the voice thing. So, I was going to make a joke about Markiplier, who I've only watched a little bit of. I used to be a big Game Grumps fan. Oh, cool. I guess that's the whole thing. That's fine. I used to be a big Game Grumps fan, and I watched all their stuff, watched all the animateds, and so I was familiar with, like, other game guys, you know, gamer YouTubers for a while. You know, it's just... Damn, there's so many Oblivion gates. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna do this one. It's not the worst thing in the world, they just don't have the payoff for me that I'm really into. They're very samey in the sense that the whole time you're just kind of... You're just in hell and searching for the sigil stone. I mean, honestly, I'm just mostly interested right now in just like going around these hills and seeing what's around. Oh, hello.
Go away, stranger. You frighten the animals and make my work more difficult.
Okay. Sorry. But yeah, so I was familiar with Markiplier. The reason I say this is because, so my partner and I, we're big scaredy cats, but we do also like watching scary things. The problem is both of us have pretty bad nightmares. I think that's part of being like creatives, is that we just have like really overactive imagination sometimes. I've found that as I've aged, it's gotten a little better because I can sort of like, I can just sort of, for me, I can just kind of tell myself like, hey, that's not real, it's not going to happen to you. And that kind of does the trick for me. We'll do one of these. But I know she has nightmares because she literally... So we watched... we also like watching horror video games. And so we really recently watched... hold on real quick. We recently watched... Wait, actually, I should just have this. Yeah, my thing is, how are you supposed to play this any other way when... Like, you simply don't... Did they just do the same amount of damage? What's the point? Okay, that does nothing. Yeah, my thing is, how are you supposed to play this without being able to hold a torch? I mean, I assume there has to be a light spell of some kind, because otherwise it's just like, you can't see. Hello. Oh. But yeah, so we like to watch scary video games, and one of the things we watched recently was The Mortuary Assistant, which is pretty fucking scary. God, I am just like, I swear these torches are burning out way faster than I'm used to. I'm gonna invest in a light spell and see if there's a thing that I can use. Someone up there. Sorry. There must be. But yeah, that game's really scary. And luckily it's short, so we just watched the whole thing in one sitting. But yeah, it was very spooky, and the reason I brought up Markiplier is because when we first tried to watch it, we clicked on one of his videos, and my girlfriend goes, she's like, "Is that Markiplier?" I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, "I love his voice." I'm like, "Yeah, it's nice." And the person to me that has to qualify everything, because I'm a mess and a half, was basically like, "Yeah, but he does this professionally." But, you know. Sir? But there's a good reason that he does this professionally. He does have a good voice. Ow. Oh, I am close to death. Okay, I'm gonna move fast. I didn't even see that until it hit me the second time. That's the best part. Okay. This is luckily where hoarding potions really comes in handy. I'm like assuming I have health potions. Yeah. Where'd it go? Oh no. The whole point was to just... I don't remember if I read something or what. Early in the game, there's a point where there's like, oh, you can... Oh, well, that's a good price. Should have been picking this up the whole time. That's a bad gamer moment. But yeah, these are all worth selling. They're a bit heavy. Like, they're one... Oh. Okay. Yeah. They're like a little heavy, which is fine. But yeah, you're supposed to be able to just... You can knock them right out. See, that's kind of what I was going for. This room's not so bad. You know, what's funny is I thought they were producing the light, but clearly they're not. Clearly these are just lit. Oh, that's what happened. This just went behind. Whatever. Check my weight. Yeah, I'm actually closer than I'd like to be. So I'm not gonna collect two anymore. There should be one of the big stones at the end. And while worth a pretty penny. Just by the description alone, they're clearly not worth selling. Like, the Velkin stones, I don't know, I'm calling them Velkin. It's probably, I'm assuming it's Welkin. Let me actually, speaking of poo-poo, learn that. Yep. Thanks. And Elemental Flare, yep. I think I might play a magic character in the next game. I don't know. I haven't decided. The next game being Skyrim. Whenever that happens. Can I get in there from the next room? Okay. We'll see. Love it. But yeah, one of the things that's immediately come to mind is kind of like a thing I should do is probably like, I don't know, look into whatever it is that vocalists use to keep their voices, you know, from dying. Because even in the immediate sense, like, just I ate breakfast right before this, and maybe, you know, I'm honestly wondering, is like, is that a bad idea? Because my voice is like, I can feel just my like, I don't want to quite call it seizing, but I think touching these is bad at all. Like, touching them at all is bad. It's not that my voice is seizing. I feel it kind of not being where I'd like it to be. Especially compared to... Oh, that's lucky. Sure, boy. I am walking into every trap. Every single trap. That's sick. That is a nice amulet. It's very valuable. But yeah, I am walking into like every trap. Playing this about as foolishly as possible. I need to be quick saving more often. I haven't died yet on stream, so that's cool. I can't remember if I've died in this playthrough yet. I probably have, like especially early on. I actually found the game, and I mentioned this last stream, I found the game kind of challenging at the beginning, mainly because there was a lot of sort of resource management that I just was not doing a very good job at. Can I pick whatever that is? No. Ooh. Now this is something I like. That's not worth the wait. A ring. Okay. Yes. Let me put my... Okay, let's see what it looks like. Let me put my torch away. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is what I've been looking for. More or less. Because this means torch management's no longer a thing. That's very silly to say, but it's true. That has been one of the biggest annoyances I've had in the game so far, is that, like, it's a very dark game. Which isn't a bad thing. Especially considering that they've given me a tool. Huh. I'm actually... Did I miss? There should be a welcome stone. And probably an alien statue, right? Like, that's just a thing you find in these places. Did I just miss them? There's those. Should probably clear some room for. Oh. Happened again. It's happening again. Well, see, that's the unfortunate thing, is sometimes you hit them and they just fall behind, and there's nothing you can do about it. Sorry. I now I'm over. Great. Clear some stuff up. Trying to see if there's anything that I have that. Yeah, like this shit. I'm just gonna like. That's a lot of weight. It just doesn't. It's not. The weight to value ratio is really low, so I'm perfectly happy getting rid of that shit. Huh. That noise is fun. Damn it, did I just miss the... There's a solid chance that I did just miss it, and anyone watching this is like, I did that again. I did that exact same thing again. Oh god. I'm a complete idiot. Like a doofus. Yeah, I just don't see a, I think it's a Varla stone. Yeah, I don't see a Varla stone. I did steal one, apparently. I forgot that I stole one. Yeah, so I do want to apologize again for if you hear any like background noise. I don't have a mic that is perfect for this yet. It is something that I would like to get in the future, because I recognize that it's like not particularly pleasant to hear just random like truck noise in the back. My desk sits right at the front wall of our house. We have an upstairs apartment that is like an old farmhouse that has been converted into a few apartments. And I think my neighbor is playing music, which is even better. So I want to apologize, because if you can hear any of that, that's because my mic's setup just isn't prepared for that. I think I just walked into another trap. But this is a test stream. I have no consistent viewers. It's, you know, there's a quality that I'm interested in getting to, but I'll be completely honest with you guys. I am not ready yet to invest serious money into my production value, which is a very silly thing to say. My production value. I am just not ready, I guess, to put money into this. I'm mostly doing it for... I mean, I say mostly. I am completely doing it for fun. I genuinely have no ambitions for this particular thing. If it was to pick up in any kind of reasonable way, that'd be great. I cannot tell you how excited I would be to not work my job and do this instead. Not that my job is that I don't like my job. It's that I would much rather do this for a living.
I offer the
But
finest goods and lowest prices.
it is a
in all
long,
Cyrodiil.
it is a long road before that is a possibility. Here, take my amulet. What does that do? Spell absorption. That's pretty cool. I actually might just keep that. That's very valuable, though. The thing is, though, I have things I could spend it on. Like, I could actually... If I sell that, I think I could immediately buy some stuff for the castle that I have.
That's more than
Battlehorn.
I'd usually pay.
But the other thing is, I'm like, is that something I'm even interested in doing right now? Because who knows? I may end up with a bunch of cash later on. So we'll let Nern root. It's gonna sell this shit. I said this on the last stream. I don't really... I feel bad, but I don't exactly use any of this stuff. Alright, did that. Yeah. So I'm wondering if this is a mod that they're basically telling me. I've noticed that merchants, you know how much money they have, and it'll go down based on how much they're giving you. What I've noticed is that it doesn't go down, and I don't know if that's a... This is the same problem I had last time, which is I'm actually not quite sure if it's a mod, or if it's a bug, or if it's a feature. That's where I'm at. Yeah, so these, they don't tell me what to do. I'm pretty sure they just restore magicka, which is fine. I'm just gonna sell them because I'm not using magicka ever, other than to heal myself on occasion.
Thank you.
Yeah, my neighbor is absolutely playing music very loudly. I like our new neighbors. They're very nice people, but they do play music very loudly. Luckily, they don't do it super late, so it's like... It's kind of like when I was in college. I would never pitch a fit if people turned their music off by like 11. Because like, okay, you know, it's college, it's fine. Yeah, you can't see anything. I'm gonna go inside and just rest. I would like to upgrade this place, because I know it would look quite cool once I do. I actually really like games that you can do that. I liked Pathfinder for that reason. What did I say, Pathfinder? I liked, what's the game called? Pillars of Eternity. Not Pathfinder. I also like Pathfinder, but not a video game. They do have Pathfinder video games, but you know what? I'm getting off track. I liked Pillars of Eternity for one reason. One of the reasons I liked Pillars of Eternity was because it had a building feature. I thought that was cool. Just upgrading your castle. That was pretty fun. So that was neat. Honestly, I really thought Assassin's Creed 2 was one of my favorite things about that game. Like, far and away. One of my favorite things about that game was that... oh, wow. They're truly everywhere. One of my favorite things about that game was that you could just build the villa and upgrade it and buy art. You know, like, it gave you something to spend all your money on. And I think, again, this is... Are you... Oh. Okay. It gave you something to spend your money on. I think some of it had, like, useful upgrades. But I don't really care. I'll be honest. I don't much care. One of my favorite things that video games can do sometimes is just show dynamic growth. Like, I love when you can just, like, upgrade things, buy things, and over time, like, you can watch this sort of dilapidated castle, or I think Assassin's Creed 2 is one of the most fun ones because they did a, like, visual trick, which was to make where they made it where the literal environment got nicer as you played. Like, as you upgraded things, they made the environment, like, look nicer. Like, I swear, the sky got bluer, and the streets got cleaner. And it's just, like, the more money you invested into the villa, the better the town got, the nicer everything got. And I thought that was really cool and very, very rewarding, I guess is what I'm saying. I really liked that. That is the kind of thing that I can really get behind in a video game. And the thing is, it's secondary. It doesn't matter, right? It's not a main feature of the game. And that's totally cool. Oop. Are you all bandits or something? Let's see. Yes. Fit. Can't see at all. Hey, man. Oh, there's a cave. Unfortunately, arrows do weigh things in this game, but it's okay. That is realistic. I don't know why I keep saying things like, well, it is realistic, or, you know, because it's like, what does that matter? I had a conversation with a friend once about this, because they were telling me how much they liked The Witcher, but how they didn't like that sexism is still a thing. Because he was like, it's a fantasy universe, so why is why do you choose to include sexism in this fantasy universe? And I remember at first being like, well, it's realistic. And he's like, yeah, but it's a fantasy universe. Nothing about it is or has to be realistic. And I remember thinking for a minute there, I was like, you know, I had the same thing with, like, and I'll be honest with you, when I was younger, I remember having the same sort of, like, just sort of, concerns is not the right word, but I wasn't quite sold on certain choices like that in television shows, video games, and stuff like that, because it just didn't make sense to me. But the way he was putting it was like, he's like, well, it's a fantasy show, or it's a fantasy video game, right? All the decisions that you make for that game, for that fantasy universe, like, it's all fictional. You can just make up whatever you want, right? Like, sure, is it nice to be consistent within the universe? Yeah. But otherwise, cool. And so, yeah, I kind of dig it when you have fantasy universes that don't have sexism. I think racism is interesting in video games because, like, and I mean racism in the sense of, you almost never see, like, what I would call real-world racism in the sense of, like, human-on-human, skin color type racism, which is a very particular kind of racism, and it's relatively recent in sort of world history terms. Ooh, I don't know, just like a, oh, that's just like, I guess that's just a kitschy hairstyle. It's very particular to sort of the last 500 years of history. Not that oppression has not occurred before then, but, you know, racial colorism type things is rather recent. Point is, in games like this, the racism is usually like interspecies racism. So, like, for example, oh, hold on, getting a call. Hi. Thank you, baby. Apologies. Oh, I actually have a viewer. How interesting. Not to be an asshole. I got so used to just no one watching these. That's really fun. Give me 1 second. How silly. Sorry, my partner called me to wish me happy birthday again, even though we've already seen each other today, because I drove her to work this morning. I'm getting a lot of birthday messages, so I'm just going to take a quick break to say thank you. But by quick, I mean super quick. Because I need to... Phone plug back in. Yeah, I apologize for how unprofessional this is. I am, like I said, just doing this for the first time, really, and playing around, seeing how it feels. I hope people are enjoying it, since I actually have viewers. And honestly, if you have any comments on, like, did I do another trap? I don't even know what that was. I'll be honest. That's very silly. Ooh, a trap door. What is this room? There's just more stuff. You know what? Who cares? Let's go in. I hate rats. I hate rats in... So I don't hate rats. I actually can find... I find them cute in some games. And it's sad that I have to kill them in almost all circumstances. However, I hate them in these games because they just give you diseases, and diseases are the worst. Oh, there's the toggle again. Diseases in these games are the worst because, especially, the worst ones are the ones that cause your encumbrance to go away, because then... Is that all that was? Does that just take me to this impassable, rat-infested rock area? That's silly. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's if you fall. Okay. If you fall, I bet that's how you get out. Okay. Whoops. That's just me being an idiot. Oh great, cool, that's pretty funny. Me being a complete idiot. I was like, boy, I wonder what's down here. Huh? But yeah, if you have any, like, suggestions on how to improve this, you know, I'm always happy to hear. Unless it's like, get a life, nerd, then I'll be sad. I'll be honest. Again, not worth the wait. I don't know. I don't have an exact calculation for for how many pounds to money, but this ain't it, Chief. As cool as that battle axe looks, from the idea of a battle axe of burning, big fan. Boots the cheetah. Now that I can live with. Yeah, again, not really. It's just like, I don't care. I mean, I'll pick them up. I can sell them. That's kind of the thing I've noticed. In the early game here, you kind of nickel and dime your way into having money, as opposed to any other way of going about it. Just like in real life. I have this thing recently where I've been sort of buying and selling stocks on an individual basis, because I have a little extra money, and I invested some a while back, and a lot of those investments are actually like kind of paying off. Not like big money, you know, it's only a couple $100s, but they were paying off, and so I just sold. They were actually I was making less money than I had already made. I said that's a very stupid way of putting that. I had at some point, because I was not watching actively those stocks. And most of them were individual stocks. So my first piece of advice is that if you buy individual stocks, you should just check them every day or two, just to see what the prices are. Because if you're losing a lot of money, you should probably just, like, I don't know, cut your losses. And if you're gaining a lot of money, you should see if that's going to continue or just sell them. So what I did was I checked, and if I had sold them like a month prior, I would have made like $20 extra, which is not much, but you know, it's a bit of percentage. But so I sold a lot, and then I bought some more, and by the end of the day, this is the day trader in me, I bought some new stocks that I was like, okay, these are pretty low price, but they seem like historically low for what they should be. You know, that's kind of the trick that I've learned, and I say this as a very inexperienced stock person, investor, is that I was noticing that, like, you'd get these stocks that just like had these weird sudden dips, and there wasn't any particular reason for it. Like, you could do your research and like check into the news about them, and like there wasn't any particular reason why they were so low. So I was like, you know, these are probably gonna rebound. So I bought a few of them, and a couple of them like paid off by the end of the day. Like, I was literally looking, one of them had like increased by 20% in one day, which is crazy. And you realize that's the kind of gambling that like big money people do, which isn't really my style. I'm gonna check them later today because I just want to see how that's going. But the market's really bad right now, to be honest. Which for certain people that means the stocks are on sale. And for me, my whole thing was, okay, if I can just buy some things and make a little bit of money off it, that's like a success, right? I will say the only problem with that plan that I didn't exactly think about is just that in order to make any kind of decent amount of money, you are probably expending more labor per dollar than you would just like working a job at the start. So in my case, right, where I only have a few $100s invested into this trading company, that's cool. I picked up a ring of agility that I'm gonna see if I can wear it. I'm gonna see if I can wear both of those rings, because if so, that's great. Yes. That's great. And this. Yeah. Spell absorption. I might just sell that. It might not be worth it. And as cool as the blade boots are, boots the cheetah? How fast am I? Whee! Honestly, not much faster. And now I've got brain rot. That's why I fucking hate those. Like, it's just drain intelligence, which I don't even use, but I drain my intelligence, so I checked that chest again, even though I'd already been here. Is this the room I was just in? No, it's a different room. See, it's draining my intelligence. Ah! Ah! I'm on the move. Oh, okay. Sorry, I keep... Oh, cool. I do want to go here. One sec. Down. I'll be honest. I think the one person watching my video left, which is sad, but it's okay. Because I think I'm the only one left. Like, I think it's counting me watching my own video as a viewer, which is slightly embarrassing, I'll be honest. Like, just a touch. No, I need to export it a little more. It's a very big room. I'm finding a lot of nice little... Isn't, I could be misremembering, but I do feel like... Okay, I've been here. I feel like Oblivion had leveled lists in the sense that, hello. The loot was all in these leveled lists so that the stronger you got, the better the loot you found was. Which would explain why I leveled up right at the end of the last video, and that was the last time I played. I leveled up right at the end of the last video. And now, I am just finding way more just, like, nice things. Not necessarily like, the best shit ever, but certainly I found, like, 4 rings that do nice things today. In, like, what, an hour? So... kill that rat. Rats are actually, pound for pound. Where'd he go? Pound for pound, rats are like the worst enemy in the game. I'm gonna be straight up. I hate them. I think the fact that they cause diseases, wolves also do this. Wolves can also cause diseases. But the fact that they cause diseases makes them pound for pound like one of the most unpleasant, technically dangerous enemies in the game. That really sucks. The worst, I mean, genuinely the worst one you can get is that, that doesn't really, it doesn't, it does go places. Huh. Well, I was hoping these would not go to my torch. I'm still finding the torch pretty useful. Like, until I find a slightly better light ring or spell. I'm gonna keep the light ring on, just because it is nice. But, until I find a slightly better one, I think that's gonna keep a torch going. I don't remember what I was saying. Eat your vegetables. Otherwise your brain goes to mush. Is there a door in here? Nope, it's just a pit. I don't even see they're probably... Wait. No. It is a way in and out. I was like, if there's not a way in and out, that's the way. There's a chest. There's almost always a chest. I don't know why I'm telling you this. I'm mostly telling me this. To be honest, I found the trick is just to forget that you, like, have a hypothetical audience, right? And just talk to yourself like a maniac. Like, half the time that I'm saying things, I'm just saying them to myself. I'm just like, wow, Lee, good job. You know? Things that, things that, you know, like my dad wouldn't say to me. That's a very low-hanging fruit of a joke. I'm almost certain my dad did say good job to me on several occasions. I think I already had one of these, but I like the idea. Oh my god. There's so many of these guys. I wouldn't mind imps so much, except they're everywhere. Like, it feels like they are the default enemy that I'm facing right now. Any kind of... All my spelunking that I'm doing is just... entirely... Huh. Nope. all the spelunking I'm doing is to the tune of imps. Everywhere. Are you serious? Did I already burn through it? Holy shit. Yeah, I swear something's going on with that. You know what? Let's do this. Ow. We're gonna become an unarmed guy for a while. That's just me now. I do remember, I remember a little bit watching a video way back of some guy who had made Chuck Norris in Oblivion, was the whole bit, and the character like looked like Chuck Norris, and he just ooh. He exclusively used unarmed. It's like, why did they physics the vines? There's things like that in old video games like this where when they were like really playing around with things like that, where it's just like, why? Like, I can at least get like boob physics because men are pigs. But okay, I think if I go down here. You know, like, I recognize that dudes are just like, oh yeah, I want to see boobies moving around in my game. As in, that is the reason, right? Whereas, like, things like, why does that vine have physics? That's one of those where I'm like, I guess just because they could, right? Is the reason? They just thought it would look neat? When it's like, it feels like such a tucked away thing that a lot of people just aren't even gonna notice. Yeah, I'm trying to leave now, which is kind of the thing about these games. Oh, punch. Okay, you're dead. So you're dead. Yeah. My torch also went away. That's fine. Just gonna go around the sides here to get it all on the map. I'm sorry, this is actually pretty funny. I might see where this goes. Just full on punch fest, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Elder Scrolls, Oblivion 4, Morrowind extravaganza. Speaking of extravaganza, big RuPaul fan here. My partner got me. So, my ex-girlfriend from back a while, many years ago, had convinced me to watch RuPaul's Drag Race. And we had done the thing, we had watched all the Marvel movies at one point in order. And so we were the kind of people who would, on occasion, just like watch a show from the beginning to end. Which is not how my girlfriend, my partner now, how she necessarily consumes media. Like, certainly with like story shows, but like so we have now watched, I have now watched almost every season of RuPaul's Drag Race. We're actually currently watching season 3. So we have very much skipped around. So with my ex, I watched 1 and 2. I don't care, I'll be honest. Yeah, with my ex, I'd watched 1 and 2, and so we started. I don't even remember what season we started with. It might have been season 7 or season 9. So we were. She introduced me to Trixie Mattel, who I really like, and I'm a big fan of the show that she does with Katya. So Trixie and Katya are like two of my favorite drag queens, and that's just been the case despite having now watched a lot of drag queens perform over time. I've actually still not been to a drag show. I'm sure there exist in my area. However, I'm actually trying to. I want to go that way. I'm sure they exist in my area, but none of the like famous drag queens are in this area. Though the funny thing is we're closer to Montreal than we are to Boston, and the closest you'll ever see like big time events like that are in Boston, which is like, you know, that's a good trip, and you're probably not coming home that night. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things, like if you go to Boston from where I live, you are taking a full day to at least enjoy that. It's not like when I used to live in South Carolina, you know, you could take a day trip to Atlanta, and that's like comfortable, you know, like it's a good 2.5 to 3 hour drive depending on traffic and whatnot. That must be nope, Skinny Run. Okay, kind of just exploring the hinterlands here. Hey, look, an imp. What do you know? I was talking about drag queens. So, speaking of extravaganza, I used to run a D&D campaign, and one of my favorite things I ever did was I did an excursion one time where they basically did Dungeons and Drag. And the funny thing is, I'm certain someone else has done this before. I highly doubt I just made that up out of whole cloth. I was inspired because my partner's dad, we were living at their place back when we lived in when we first moved to Miami. We were living at their house for a little while, and my partner's dad was just like, "Oh, you should do a drag show," because I was asking him. I was just kind of like jokingly asking for ideas, and he was like, "You should do a drag show." And I was like, "Honestly, that's not the worst idea I've ever heard," and so I did it. We did a drag show, and it was, to this day, I mean, I believe it's one of the reasons that it's one of my that party's favorite things we ever did in that campaign. Which honestly was difficult enough, because the problem with that campaign was simply that a lot of it was online, and I'm a critic anyway. But I found online role-playing to be very difficult, mainly from the DM's perspective, and I know it's difficult from everyone's perspective as well, but oh my god. The fact of the matter is, it's much harder to just sort of like move on the fly and improv when you're online, because the thing is, when you're in person, you just have like a mat that you can draw on. You can do whatever you want. Draw whatever you want, make a map, who cares? Whereas, with this, I absolutely found, okay. I'm just punching everybody to death. I'm surprised I haven't leveled up unarmed yet. Yeah. At least this isn't one of those situations where they're like, it's stealing. You know what? Good. I should go buy coral at some point. Oh, I went up here the other day, like when I on my last stream. This is where I kind of the vicinity of where I was. Yeah, I just found online DMing to be very, very difficult. I really enjoyed that campaign actually started right before COVID, and we were all together and doing it in person, and it was fantastic. And in fact, one of the people in that party just messaged me happy birthday, so thank you. If they ever watch this, thank you, B. You know who you are. I'm gonna go to Coral and sell my shit. Oh, there's enemies afoot. I've noticed that sometimes, I think this is a bug. So normally when there's enemies around, you can't fast travel, and that's totally fair. But I have noticed that sometimes it just won't acknowledge that, but you still can't fast travel. So that's problematic. Because then it just feels like the game is bugging. Oh, cool. Now let's see if I can... Yeah.
What is it now?
I'm gonna actually rest in this place, even though I'm very certain it doesn't matter. There's no like well-rested effect that you get. Actually, I completely forgot I should. Barkeep. Hello. Well, I guess I'm just gonna wait here. You can imagine a guy just like
What?
for 6 hours. Just sell some stuff.
A pleasure to speak. What can I interest you in? A good... That's a fair deal.
So you should be able to have five rings on each hand. No, that'd be insane. I do like the idea of resisting disease. Oh, and speaking of, I need to go cure my disease, which I can probably just do with that. I might just do with that so it kills a weight slot. That's the point at which, like, that's how far my encumbrance fear has gotten. Is that
And
I genuinely... I'm like, nah, I would rather use an item I have because it frees up some space. Which, you know, feels insane. Sell my shit. Oh, he's selling shit.
a good...
I will say,
That's a...
that Iliad ruin I went to, which I think of as Elven ruins, even though I don't think that's right.
You've made a
though it
good
might
bit of
be.
gold.
I don't remember. I don't remember like what
That's a
the
good
Iliads
deal.
are
Thank
technically.
you.
That ruin seemed much less ridiculous than the ruin I'm used to. Or, sorry. That ruin seemed much less ridiculous than the first one I did. The first one I did, which was kind of surprising for so early in the game, was like very long. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Only quality
Have I
goods.
picked,
for
have I
sale
picked up
here.
any weapons?
What can I interest
This
you
all-
in?
Kind of. Not really. It's just like once again my katana is just like fucked up.
Let me take a look at what you've got.
And I have way more money now, but still.
You've
Body
got a
frame
lot to learn.
armor. I don't care.
Take
I
care.
just don't use it enough.
Hello.
Do you sell?
Let's do business.
Do you sell those? Yeah, you do. Fine.
Thank.
This is nice to have them in the field.
Good day.
And I'm encumbered. Okay, good stuff. Oh my god. How did I just sell a bunch of shit? Oh, is it because they're really heavy? The other rope. Yeah, it's 10 pounds. Well, geez. Can't even use... I can use that. I can't sell it. These are heavy. They do... Oh, they each do different things. That's interesting. They're worth nothing, which is not annoying, but I'm like, why? Also, these keys are heavy. That's silly. I mean, I get it. Again, realistically, like, keys would have weight to them, but come now. I'm just gonna drop this so I can move. Yeah, I'm like, honestly, I'm like, what would I get rid of? Oh, you know what part of that is? It's, well, one, I am carrying this thing around, which is very heavy. I might just drop this off at the house. I might just drop this off at Battlehorn. Because can I, well, it's just not, is there actually not like a thing I can, that's very silly. So I know that things are persistent in this game, but like, as in, things you put on the ground often stay there forever, which is cool. However, in the words of, in the words of Billy Woods, I just can't trust it. I'm like, do I not have any, like, chests? Oh, this is, I'm like, why are these here? Because I put them there. Great. Do I just not have chests? Could very much be that I just don't have any chests. Chests. Yeah, because here's the thing. If I was a betting man, I would bet on that I could probably just put it down somewhere and it would just stay there. But I'm a little nervous that is not the case, to be honest with you. I'm surprised you don't have like a chest that you could store things in. I'm a touch surprised by that. Okay. There's a chest. Just gonna... I'm gonna stick it in this chest for now. Which really frees up a lot of room in my pack, as it were. Yeah, I haven't looked at all the things you can buy, but I'm pretty certain you can like upgrade this, the forge, bedroom, you know, all the like things in the castle you can upgrade just so you can, not just so it's livable, but so it has a little color to it, which I'm cool with. I will do. Oh. Thank you for reminding me. I need a potion of cure disease. Because, well, that didn't seem to do anything. Oh, it did do something. Great, cool. So it worked. Yeah, I'm like, I see ya. I see ya. But I'm good. Eh, you know what? I can't climb. Gotta do the old Elder Scrolls wind and climb and, you know, whatever. Punch, 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 go on dead. Punch, 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 hello, babe. Yep, let's do this. I imagine in a newer game, there would be some kind of whoa. Ridiculous. They... Okay, well, that worked. Silly. Okay. Yeah, so that's closed. I'm gonna have to go that way or that way. I think I'm gonna go that way. Honestly, I should use the bow more often just because I hate to say it again, it reduces weight. That's the fun. It's like, talk about when the first thing on my mind... This reminds me actually a lot of the first one I went into. I'm not sure how random these are. But this one's already reminded me a lot of the very... Not the first one because it's the Kvatch one, so I think that one's a little specific. But the first sort of like in the world one I found, it's a little different. Love that guy just kind of chilling. Is he in like a lava pit? Who knows? Nobody knows what's going on there. It's confusing to everyone. Bobbity beep boop boo. I love hell. I love going through hell. Big fan. I'll be honest. I just keep there's no way that's 10 feet. Sorry. Oh man, you really can't see anything. I hate that he screams. That actually freaks me out more than anything. I'll be honest. How am I invisible? Hold on. Okay, cool. So just unequipping does bring my unarmed up. That's good. Hold on. That seemed too small. And it was. That's how I fucked up the first time, was that I went in and left before I should have. Okay, I'm missing. Oh, right. Yep. It's exactly this. I didn't realize you could jump in there, and so I just I missed where I was supposed to go. Hello? I'm actually kind of, I'll be perfectly honest, I'm really enjoying the punching people to death thing. It's quite funny. Big fan. I never go in those doors, I just go up. Wee 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 wee. Wee wee wee. Like a cop car. It's a little bit of health. Oh, wait. Opened a gaze. Cool. Right, that's right, because that's useful, useful. Money, always useful. I wish in the real world I could just like kind of wander around and find coins. I guess you can, just on the ground. If you just do that enough, you'll eventually be rich. Yeah, no. Hello. I'm come to punch you to death, sir. He just blew. Nah. The Jamora bow is actually not that strong. I thought it would be more powerful. They're kind of like orcs. Just kind of little orcs. Not really. Nice. Yeah, the funny thing is, I guess you don't. I didn't even need to open that gate. I did anyway, but because here it is. There's just a side path to it. Works for me. Yeah, I guess that's the thing with this game, that just, I'm a little, I'm trying to be a little less critical than I was last game, because, last stream, because one of the things I noticed about that stream is that I was so mean. Not in like a cruel way, I was just like, yeah, like, this game is tedious. And I can imagine if you were listening to that, you'd probably been like, wow, Lee's an asshole. Which is true. But I don't want you to think that. So I'm gonna try harder. Like, yeah, that... I need like 20 feet of light. If I could find a ring that's 20 feet of light, that'd be better. Because I can't see anything, and I can't imagine this is a pleasant viewing experience for, you, who currently is probably just me, viewing my own stream so that I can have the chat open. I love how strong that is, Jesus. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, because it's super dark. Dead holes. Alright. Gotta make it. Alright, you know what? Punch to death first. Heal myself. That's right. Boom. Magicka. Which, by the way, of all the names of, like, the magical energy, I've always thought that Magicka is one of the sillier ones. I probably am not alone in that. Though here's the thing, you know, if you were genuinely... I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, if you were genuinely just like, okay, describe... like, if you were to just name the thing that makes magic work, right? Like, name the substance that makes magic work. It's like, Magicka is not actually a bad name, because it's just like, it's highly descriptive. More so than, say, mana. I mean, because, like, what does mana even mean? Now, I know there's the sort of, like, there's the connection to the Hebrew mana from the Bible, but I believe it's just bread. Or at least it's it's supposed to be like a bread-like substance that you can eat. And just sort of sustain yourself on. I believe that's the idea. Big fan of just punching people to death. Love. There you go. So, This is a trick I picked up in Skyrim. I say a trick, as if it's anything clever. But I started to use the healing spell all the time because, you know, instead of, say, using this thing, which will finish me off, gross, you know, because I would basically use that as a first resort healing, because no matter what, when you use it, you are gaining, you know, you are gaining skill level in restoration, and it works the same way in Oblivion. So it's like, it's one of those things that, oh, did I just miss you? Probably. Like, just by sake of using it, you get something out of it that's more long-term. Like, it becomes more powerful because you're using it, which, by the way, I have always liked. That is one of my favorite Elder Scrolls things that has stayed consistent through the games now. I mean, Morrowind really started it, because, I guess. Because having played that for the, like, 20 hours that I played that, before I broke it, as I explained in the last stream, you know, it was really cool. It is really cool that the more you use your skills, the more powerful they get. And I think that is just a very... Damn, that's so heavy. Again, it's not worth it because it's just like... I literally can't haul that out of here without getting rid of a bunch of other shit. This is like, I kind of just like make do with all this like sort of less heavy, cheaper stuff. Because I despise that. I like that my light armor skills increase because I have the light boots. Oh, I just did that to him. That's funny. So like that's a weight that I can get behind, right? Like it's just 0.3 pounds for however many, whatever the payoff was. But it's like that typically doesn't scale very well, so you'll get these big heavy weapons that are, you know, they look nice because they have, you know, their value is like 250 or something, which is like, sounds like a lot of money, but you're not gonna get that from the merchant. You know, you got to think about that. Like you might get 100 coins out of the merchant, and it's the same. It's always the same weight. Like the price will always go down to a merchant when you're selling to a merchant. But the weight is consistent, right? Like it'll always be that heavy. And so you just end up in a little like, it just doesn't pay off, I guess, is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a quick, super quick, not even a break, I'm not moving. But I remembered to plug something up that I wanted to plug in a bit ago. And I forgot to do it. If any of you watched the last stream, you may remember my cat Julius. He is sleeping in his box. He's one of those cats that we've bought them both all sorts of nice bedding, things of that sort. Wow, time has passed quite heavily, actually. You know, bought them all sorts of nice bedding and, you know, cozy things. And what does he love? What is his greatest desire in this world? A cardboard box. So, we have cardboard boxes all over the house for him to sleep in, which is actually pretty useful. I keep one next to my desk. He doesn't really sleep in it as much as he did originally. It's just a printer box that I keep. I have like I just keep some stuff, not really on top of it. I have like a keyboard on top of it that came with the computer that I'm playing with, but I'm using my own keyboard that I had bought earlier. But yeah, it's turned to the side because it's one of those like kind of narrow boxes, so he can't quite. If I had it up like a lot of boxes, like we keep a lot of boxes, he just wouldn't be able to get in it easily. But he'll get in there and hide sometimes, as he likes to do. And for being kind of a scaredy cat, he's actually not, you know, he's not bad with company, which is very surprising. But the reason I bring him up is because he's sleeping soundly, very, very cutely in his little box, sunning in the front window. And it's very precious. And he's... the reason I bring him up is because he was bothering me last time. I shouldn't say bothering, but he was like, he got on the desk a few times, which, you know, he just does sometimes. I try to keep boxes around so that he'll basically have a place that he can feel comfortable in. I kind of wanted to see what the edge felt like, if that was a thing. Yeah, okay, cool. I know there's always like stuff in the mountains that you can always find if you just search. Oh, I think I'm just falling. Yep, be careful. Problem is when you're so high up, if you jump, you'll just die if you're not careful. Also, it's getting dark. Yeah, I guess the thing that I had forgotten about this game was just how dark everything is. My god. It gets pitch black outside. You can once again hear the music, possibly, which I want to apologize for again. Like I said, if these ever kind of get off the ground and it's sort of worth it to invest in more serious equipment, you know, I will absolutely try to... Yeah, one day I would love to have an office that's soundproofed to an extent. I know that's a thing people do. I don't think... I highly doubt this will ever get to the point where I need any of that. But, you know, I understand that people expect a certain quality. Speaking of that, and sort of bringing back the D&D situation, as I was talking about earlier, I didn't quite experience this, but I have heard people online have this problem of they'll like have people who play D&D in their party. Like they'll have a party of people who play D&D. Oh. And they're also like fans of Critical Role, so they're really used. So the problem is like they kind of subconsciously get really used to highly professional play, not just play, but highly professional voicing and just resources that normal people don't have. Like D&D is the kind of game that ostensibly you can play it. I mean, I think it's nice to have a map, right? Like, or some kind of like board that is dry erase. Like, I really like the dry erase mats that you can buy that are well, it's like the volume went up, that are gridded. Like, that's really nice, so you can make a little battle map out of it. But, you know, it's not actually necessary. You can do a lot of things that are just sort of theater of the mind type stuff, which is great. But people get used to sort of having the items, the support, the minis. You know, like, people get used to that stuff. And they get used to the sheer quality of it all. Without thinking, oh, like, this is those people's, like, main job, right? Not necessarily the actors who play, but, like, definitely, like, Matt Mercer, right? Like, this is his job, It is 100% his job to, make that game happen and make it nice. Brenner River. I'm just gonna keep sort of exploring. I kind of want to explore the south part of the province at some point. I'm doing a lot of exploring in these streams. But also, that's the thing I like the most in I say Skyrim. In Elder Scrolls games, I think that is the most fun thing. is just sort of getting lost in the world. I don't think there's a single way to play these games, but I do think that is like my preferred way. I'm trying to get up there, but it is steep. Yeah, so if you hear any like deep bass reverberations, that's what's happening below me. I sound angrier than I am. It's just that anything that's like causing annoyance for the stream is annoying to me in this moment. I actually usually don't mind when they play stuff because it's like I don't care. Oh, luckily I didn't fall. Can't see it all. Yeah, it's like definitely. It's more like a 5 foot. I wonder if it's 10-foot diameter as opposed to a 10-foot radius. Actually, should check and see if that what it says. Just says light 10 feet on self. Yeah, it's got to be like a 10-foot radius, but I'm in the center, or 10-foot diameter, because it's just like. Well, I could be wrong. No, it does not feel like that. Feels like 5 feet on each side. You know what I mean? Because if I'm here, well, I don't know. I feel like it should be a little farther if it's a 10-foot radius. But that's just me. Where am I right now? I'm kind of back to where I started at the other playthrough. Should go into County Kvatch. I'm gonna wait. Oh, of course. It's like, yeah, of course they can't. Because there's enemies around. And I can't quite see. My hope is I don't fall into any ravines. See? Yeah, it's like, come on. Wait. 10 hours. It's still going. I love when that happens, when it's like something silly like that, where it's like instead of time passing appropriately, right, and that thing just falling and landing wherever it was, it just sort of paused while it waited on my time to go. That's pretty funny. So I'm looking at Kvatch. I kind of want to go this way then. Yeah. So I apologize again that there is kind of be a soundtrack. I'm not particularly interested in going down there and being like, hey, please don't do that. I don't know if they did something with sound in Skyrim. I feel like I didn't just get like, not ambush is not the word I want to use, but I just feel like I get surprised when there's enemies more often. I don't know if that's a field of view thing or what, but in Oblivion, yeah, it's like I won't see them until they're right in front of my face, and I'm not sure if that's a me thing. It probably is, like, because I'm okay. Is this something that, like, if I did it at a certain hour, it would be different? That'd be interesting. I do like that kind of stuff. That's fun. Sort of like the ghost ship from Wind Waker. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna check it out. Part of it might be like a I do feel like in Skyrim you could just distinguish people a little easier. Oh yeah, so I'm literally back to that. So this just like, this casts light. I did not notice that the first time I was here. Interesting. I'm gonna go actually do this. Because if you didn't watch the last stream, which again, the chances are you just didn't, which is fine. I'm mostly making fun of myself here. Is, if you didn't catch the last stream, I actually just left this place because I ran out of lockpicks, and I was like, oh, I want lockpicks, but honestly, I don't
To
care.
arms!
Hey, buddy. He woke up. So he's the kind of cat who he will wake up and be like, "Why is no one paying attention to me?" Because I'm perfect and should be paid attention to. Which is very cute. But it can be a little annoying. I'll be honest. Yeah, so this is a summon, so I can punch it. This is where I discovered this. One of these necromancers last time, they summoned a ghost. I can't see a thing. They summoned a ghost. I'm gonna pull out my torch. I was really hoping this ring would do it, but yeah. If I had a ring that was doing this kind of light, and there almost certainly a spell that does it too. That's not the one. There is almost certainly a spell that does it, and I just need to find it. Hey. I honestly was not totally sure if she was hostile because she just kind of stared at me while I punched her to the... What is that? Darkest darkness. Yeah. I'm so stupid. Luckily that does very little damage. Yeah, last time I was here I just left because I ran out of lockpicks and I was like, oh, I need lockpicks. But, you know, who cares? Yeah. Oh, and I tried to fight that zombie. I tried to fight a summon zombie. Okay.
Who's there?
This is a runner. Cool. The thing about summons is I honestly just ignore them because once you kill the person, they'll just go away. Jesus. Well, this is pretty terrifying. You know. Like, if I encountered this actually in the wild, I would be pretty terrified. Okay, someone summoned. Is there... Yes. Now that I realize that I can knock people over without killing them, I've just gotta be a little more thorough. Despite how brutal that seems to me, like unnecessarily. I'm really bad at that. Look. Oh my god. See, I'm literally just wasting, and I can't get out of it. I'm trying to close it. Thank you. Yeah, I am literally just wasting lockpicks. I know I could just figure it out and find out how to do it properly, but I am lazy. I thought I had it down for a minute, and then I was so inconsistent with it, and my guess is that's probably a skill thing. Like, it's because, you know, it's an RPG, right? So your ability to do things is always, no matter how good you are at sort of manipulating buttons and your mouse rate, like, there will always be some RNG to it. And so my chances, no matter what, were weaker because I don't have a high security rating. Yeah, so I think this is where I left the last time, because I got to that point. Yeah, because there's all these corpses. Which, I will say, I actually think is a cool feature, that they just... Yeah, that's the one I tried to open and couldn't. I think it's a cool feature that the bodies and items and such just stay. I think that's neat. I would do some of these I would do some of these DLC ones, but I'm pretty certain that I will just I'm pretty certain that I'm not high enough level for them. Some quests do actually tell you, I've noticed. So that it may be that I'm fine. Yeah, so like this one's like level 8. There's one that's like, yeah, level 10. Which is fine. I think I'm gonna go to see how expensive this Battlehorn thing is. I forgot. I know it's in the 2000s. So I don't even know if I have enough money for it.
Greetings, Imperial brother.
Hi.
Well met.
I'm only asking for a single coin.
Can I help you?
I do
I
this.
can eat.
I think it has something to do with the Grey Fox quest, but I don't remember if that's the case. But it's 1 coin. Not a biggie. It's not like in Coder 2 where they're like, you give a coin to a beggar and he's like,
Hi there. Whatever you need, I'm at your service.
Kreia is just like, the fact that you gave that person a beggar, making them a target, so you actually ruined their, you made their life worse.
Let's do business.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive. I literally can't afford it right now. Can I sell you things? I think I can sell you anything. That's cool. I love that these are worthless. And they might actually literally be worth it. I don't... they're broken anyway. That's probably why they're worthless. I'm gonna see if I can like, sell them some of this stuff I'm sitting on. Not for much.
You've made a good...
Yeah, it's like
You dropped a fine transaction.
Yeah, I still can't afford any of these. Oh my god. There's so many of them too. Yeah, I mean like what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So four of those is that's more than 10,000. 20,000. Okay, yeah, so it's at least like that's probably like 25. That's like 25,000 right there. Or 20,000. Maybe 21,000. Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And I don't know which one's worth it. My guess is bedroom is the first one that's worth it. I'm not 100% sure. At some point you can, I know you can fix up that,
Come back.
you can definitely fix up
care.
the forge, which I have to imagine is useful. Or at least I believe you can fix up the forge. It just seems like that would make sense. Actually, I know the main quest, I need to give him a thing. The Mysterium Xarxes, which I think doesn't weigh anything. I could be wrong. Some quest items, a lot of quest items
Thank
don't.
Talos you've returned safely.
Hi.
Do you have the amulet?
Nope.
Please tell me you have some good news. Ah, good. You should take that to Martin right away. He'll be in the Great Hall reading. He's hardly taken time to sleep since you left.
Hail! Ah, you're back. I told Joffrey not to worry. I can see you've had bad news. You didn't recover the amulet, did you? By the Nine! Such a thing is dangerous even to handle. Forgive me. You were right to bring it, but you'd better give it to me. I know some ways to protect myself from its evil power. I don't know. Maybe. I suspect that the secret of how to open a portal to Cameron's paradise lies within these pages. But I will need time. Tampering with dark secrets, even just reading them, can be very dangerous. I'll have to proceed carefully. In the meantime, you should speak to Joffrey. He was concerned about reports of spies in Bruma.
Daedric magic.
I put aside the dark arts when I became a priest. The workings of fate may be seen in this too. The gods can turn anything to good, or so I piously told those who came to see me for advice. Perhaps I may yet come to believe it myself.
Mysterium Xerxes.
This evil book was written by Mehrunes Dagon himself, and given by him to Manca Cameron. I believe Manca Cameron used it to create his paradise. It should give us the means to open a gate there ourselves. I will continue studying it.
Oblivion Gate.
It is now clear to me that the only way to stop the Oblivion invasion is to relight the Dragonfires. Emperor, Amulet, and Dragonfire. With these divine gifts, the Daedra of Oblivion have been kept at bay for thousands of years. While the Dragonfires burned, the divine barriers kept the Daedra from making more than fleeting visits to our world. But the Dragonfires can only be relit by an heir of the Septim blood, wielding the Amulet of Kings.
Right.
This was the essence of Manca Cameron's plot. He was undone only by the merest chance. But his complete victory remains perilously close. We must recover the Amulet of Kings and relight the Dragonfires before it is too late to stem Dagon's invasion.
I think that's like
have these parts of the Mysterium Xerxes translated in a few days.
Okay.
Speak to Joffrey about those spies in the meantime.
I wish I could have helped you
What's
deal
up,
with
dude?
the rest of those Mythic Dawn bastards, but it seems you did all right on your own.
That's like a theme in Elder Scrolls, is that like random chance is really valuable, like, or not valuable, but like is a thing that
Martin knows what he's doing with that
creates
evil
big
book.
changes.
I fear for what it could do to him if he's not careful.
I was talking about this on the last stream. Look at his neck.
I'm glad to have Boris here. He guards Martin night and day. His way of atoning for the death of Emperor Uriel, I suppose.
Spies.
Ah, yes. I hope you can help. The gate guards have reported seeing strangers on the road for the past several nights. I cannot leave Cloud Ruler undefended while my men search the whole mountainside, but these spies must be eliminated.
Alright, dog.
Thank you. Talk to Stefan. He can tell you where he has seen them. Captain Bird in Bruma may also be able to help. I've asked the Countess to have the guard keep an eye out for strangers. Track down the spies and kill them. Find out what they know and what they're planning, if possible. I'm counting on you to eliminate those spies. We can't afford to let the Mythic Dawn operate out of Bruma with impunity.
What can I do for you? Metalis guide.
Stefan. I think I talked to Stefan when I first came here.
Sir.
What's up?
Sir.
Sir.
Achille. Cyrus.
Sir. What do you need,
Boris.
friend?
Martin.
Sir.
Blades Novice. Baragon. Well, a lot of named guys who aren't the one I'm looking for.
Sir,
Hello. That's cool. Can I just take all this shit? That's pretty cool. Honestly, I should just empty my stuff and take all their things and sell it. But I won't. It's not very. It's not. That would not be a good role playing. Oh.
What can I do for you, sir? Aye, she's a beauty, isn't she? It's hard not to admire the stonework. That's some real craftsmanship, that is.
Uh-huh.
We always see them near the runestone at dusk. They aren't too woodcrafty, but Grandmaster Joffrey has forbidden us to range too far from the walls. But it seems that you have been given the freedom to attack the enemy that we all crave. Good luck. We will keep the Emperor safe here. Don't worry. May your...
Actually,
little
it's
spirit guide us.
probably already night. Let me jump out there.
Something's come up. It can't wait.
Aye, Bladesman? What's on your mind?
Martin is safe, and the temple is secure.
Hail.
The rune stone. I actually don't know what that is. Oh, no. This one. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm gonna go punch some people to death. The rune stone. Yeah, I love them when they see me coming and they're just like, alright. Droll. His name is Droll. Okay. Yeah, I will definitely get in touch with that guy. Juralski. Oh. No. Thank you though. Actually, you know what? Sure. Oh, I remember I had one of these at some point. Like, if you see any strangers, I'm like, hi.
Evenings. Not on my watch. Captain Bird will know for sure, though.
Okay.
Take care.
Well, I'll go find that guy. Eee. Where would he be? Castle Bruma? Which is this?
Well, good day. I'm Tolgan, herald to Countess Narina Carvane here in Bruma. She requests your company at your earliest convenience. Countess Carvane would prefer if you speak to her in person. She also said to present you with this stipend as a taste of things to come.
I do love money.
My lady holds court from 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening each day. That would be the best time to see her.
Okay. 20. Sick.
Safe journey, my lord.
I've heard much about your deeds from my people in Bruma. I trust the stipend Tolgan gave you whetted your appetite.
It was $25, miss.
Good point. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Countess Narina Carvane. I assume you've noticed all the Akaviri relics I'm displaying. Well, it's safe to say I'm a collector of sorts. I've invested a great deal of time and money acquiring these bits of ancient history. In fact, I'd be so bold as to proclaim my collection the most complete in all Cyrodiil, perhaps even beyond. Except for one thing. A particular relic has eluded me for many years. Possessing this piece of Akaviri antiquity would make my collection complete. I'm of course referring to the Draconian Madstone.
Yes, of course.
The stone is a fine bit of Akaviri craftsmanship. Worn like an amulet, this talisman is said to protect the wearer from poisons of any type. The Madstone appears as a snake coiled around and encircling itself. The eyes of the snake are supposed to be precious gems or some such. Through my sources, I've learned that the last reported location of the Madstone was the ruins at Pale Pass.
Cool. I was actually kind of worried that I was going to have to steal it from Cloud Ruler.
Are you familiar with the history of Pale Pass?
No.
Back at the end of the First Era, raiders from the continent of Akavir attempted to gain a foothold here in Tamriel. At that time, the Empire was broken into smaller factions. Raymond Cyrodiil decided to unify them and form an army to repel the Akaviri raiders. The force became known as the Army of Raymond. The two armies clashed in what's now northern Cyrodiil. The Akaviri were strong and well supplied. But their greatest error was marching through Morrowind on the way to their objective and dismissing the response it would garner from Vivek. They didn't count on Lord Vivek forming an alliance with the Trident Kings of the Dreg. From Morrowind, he struck at their rear flank. Not only did this make the Akaviri fight on two fronts, it also cut off access to reinforcements and supplies from the sea. Not quite. The army of Raymond knew that the organized Akaviri forces were commanded from a hidden post in the mountains. Rumors placed it in a snowy vale called Pale Pass. That's where Raymond focused his attention. As his forces fought their way across the Gerald Mountains, the Akaviri suddenly surrendered. It was assumed they were overwhelmed and gave up. The only strange part was that the command post and Pale Pass were never found. It was dismissed as a rumor, and the army of Raymond celebrated. It's come to my attention that the post did exist, and it happens to be the last reported location of the Draconian Madstone.
Okay. I guess I'll go get it.
If you retrieve the Draconian Madstone for me, I'll be happy to compensate you by rewarding you with another Akaviri artifact. Are you game?
Yeah, sure.
I had a feeling you'd accept. Good. Then let me tell you how you're going to find the Madstone. I've come into the possession of a diary, written by an Akaviri messenger. I suspect that the text within can lead you to the ruins. Here's a translation of the passages we could still read. It was quite damaged. I've also included a rough map that was drawn in the diary as well. I'm also providing you with a unique key that was supposedly found with the diary. I'm assuming it'll prove useful when you arrive at the site.
I'll just go do that. See ya.
May the path ahead be free.
We find Captain, what's his face?
Hello.
Hi. So yeah, not that I have a chat going, but it occurred to me that it might be interesting to talk about, like, what else I play. I'm a big Paradox Entertainment fan, or no, it's Paradox Interactive, excuse me. As in the games they make. I'm not quite as much a fan of their DLC practices, but I think that's a pretty common opinion within the community. They are the company that makes the... Get over here. They are the company that makes games like Crusader Kings, Europe Universalis, Hearts of Iron,
I'm your relief. Good.
The soon-to-be coming out Victoria 3.
Good evening.
Which I am very excited about.
Lieutenant Garrett Senerel of...
You're not the guy.
Not on my watch.
Bird.
You too.
You Captain Bird? Yeah.
I'm Captain Bird, commander of the Bruma Guard.
Thanks.
Except for Gerald coming back from a trip down south, things are pretty quiet. Not much travel right now with the Oblivion crisis. I've told my men to keep a sharp eye out, but I've had no reports of any strangers in town. What about you? Turned up anything suspicious? God's blood. So she was the spy? Seems there's no one you can trust these days. Since you're working with Cloud Ruler Temple, I'm going to authorize you to search Gerald's house. I'll pass
Thanks.
the word to my men. We won't interfere.
Thanks. But yeah, so I haven't actually been playing a lot of video games. I was playing this without streaming, and now I'm streaming this, so I'm not really playing it unless I'm streaming it for now. It's for the fun of it all. So I'm a big fan of Hearts of Iron. Actually, unfortunately, of all of the Paradise games, I have probably more time in that than anything else. I say unfortunately because I love Hearts of Iron 4, and it re-sparked an interest in World War II history for me. However, that game has the problem for me of, since I kind of know how to play it, it feels a little hollow sometimes. And I say I'm not even good at it, and I have probably 1,000 hours in it. I don't even consider myself particularly good at the game. But I was recently playing Crusader Kings 2 again, because I have not bought 3. I just don't care about it all that much to play it. But I was playing Crusader Kings 2. I had started watching the House of the Dragon show on HBO Max, which, if you're not familiar, is the prequel series to Game of Thrones. I've read all the Game of Thrones books. I've read all the Song of Ice and Fire books, including its first one, A Game of Thrones. And I bought, after watching a few episodes of the show, there's a basement here somewhere. I know it. I'm trying to figure out where it is. Or maybe it's on the, nope, there it is. One second. Yeah, so I watched the show, I bought the book, and I was reading that, which was pretty cool. And I'm enjoying it. And I was like, oh, I remember that Crusader Kings 2 has a Game of Thrones mod. And actually, there's a newer one that I found, the Orders. I found a document in Gerald's basement that reveals the enemy's plans. I should show this document to Joffrey immediately. Gerald, the Master was pleased to hear of your activities outside of Coral. The more gates that we open, the nearer we are to the glorious cleansing. The Master has chosen you and Severi for a most crucial mission, a sign of your advancement through the ranks of the Chosen. We have learned that the Septum Heir has gone to ground at Cloud Ruler Temple, the lair of the Accursed Blades. The Master has made its destruction the top priority of the Order, and Lord Dagon has committed whatever resources are required. Pending your report on the Septum's activities at Cloud Ruler Temple and your assessment of temple defenses and possible routes of escape, we plan to open a great gate in the open ground before Bruma as soon as possible. Remember, the first 3 lesser gates represent only the preliminary stage of Great Gate deployment. Do not in any way compromise your cover and defense of these gates. New ones can be quickly and easily reopened, and once the Great Gate is opened, the fall of Bruma is assured. Cloud Ruler Temple cannot stand long after that, and the Septum will be caught like a rat in a trap. We would welcome any further details you can offer concerning the Imperial agent who rescued Martin from Kavach, but again, we caution you, do not risk a confrontation. This individual is not to be trifled with. The dawn is breaking. Ruma Cameron. Take. But yeah, so I was playing Crusader Kings, I believe it was the Seven Kingdoms mod, which I was actually quite enjoying. Bruma Caverns. I was quite enjoying a lot. It was pretty fun. I did decide to just play the base game, because I was like, play an Iron Man game, earn achievements, etc. Which was neat. I was having good fun with it. I did forget, the thing I forgot about Crusader Kings 2 is that ever since the Epidemics DLC had come out, oh, how fun. It is so easy to die in that game. In the sense that, there's so many diseases and ways to just, So, the thing that frustrated me was that I literally had no character get past, I started playing as, I did the Norman Conquest of England as William the Conqueror, and, okay. I did the Norman Conquest of England as William the Conqueror, and he lived to about 54, I think. And then beyond that, I could not get a character to live to 50. They just kept dying either of disease or getting murdered, no matter how hard I tried. Which I will say got very frustrating. And then at some point, yeah, at one point my character just like, at one point the ruler I was playing, he had one daughter and had no more heirs to the dynasty. And he had one daughter, and then he somehow got like made a eunuch, and I don't remember exactly how that happened. But he got made a eunuch so he can have no more children. So that was the end. I was like, well, this will literally end. The only option really is to like matrilineal marry, and I by that point I was just kind of tired. So I just played a different game. I started a Sweden game, but I haven't gotten far in it. I might play more today. I'm not so sure how much I'm interested in playing video games today, especially considering I'm doing this, and where are we at, like 2.5 hours, which I might push 3.
Sir.
Where's Joffrey? Like I'm thinking 3 is like a solid number.
What do you need, friend?
For this, I might work up eventually to 4 hours of a single stream. I'm not 100% certain on that. You know, it's a lot of time. That actually, I didn't mean to wait that long.
What have you learned about the spies?
What have you learned? They're showing the orders.
Excellent work. I knew I could count on you. The gods did not idly choose you as their agent, whatever you may think. But it is clear that Mankar Cameron will soon bring all his power to bear against Bruma. I will warn the Countess of the danger. You should speak to Martin. I believe he has made some progress with the Mysterium Zombies.
Yeah, I think I'll stop at 3 hours.
I will send word to the Countess.
I'm already getting hungry.
You should speak. Yes?
Speak to Martin.
I've deciphered part of the ritual needed to open a portal to Cameron's paradise. The
So my
Xerxes
fist
mentions
is just
4
bobbing.
items needed for the ritual, but so far I have only deciphered one of them: the blood of a Daedra Lord. In fact, Daedric artifacts are known to be formed from the essence of a Daedric Lord, from whence they derive their great power. Not an easy thing to come by, obviously, but we will need a Daedric artifact. Bring it to me when you have acquired one.
Okay.
The only way to obtain a Daedric artifact is through the cults devoted to each of the Daedric Lords. The book, Modern Heretics, is the best introduction to Daedric cults. Remember, the Mysterium Xerxes ritual will consume the physical form of the artifact in order to release its Daedric power. I think I'm close to
that's kind of neat. In the sense that it's sort of a, it's kind of a soft lock on you, right? Where it's like, okay, to continue in the main quest, you need to sort of do a side quest that have been stated multiple times that they actually require, you have to be a certain level to do them, which I'm only level like 4, I think. Yeah. Let's check my skills diary, which again, I don't think is a thing you have in the game, in the base game. Or vanilla, as it were. I have 14. Oh, cool. Like, once again, I feel like every time I check this, I am actually very close. Ever since the first time where I had no idea what it was. But ever since, I'm like, oh, I'm actually much closer than I thought to accomplishing this. Try to do this without dying. See? Literally, as soon as I open the skills diary, I level up. Once I... This is kind of a cool one. I like the tendrils. That's kind of neat. Riel. Are there any enemies? I don't see any. Oh, there's one. That's ridiculous. Sorry. I find it very funny that I find it quite humorous how powerful that is. Go to my house, which is a castle. Actually, now that we're here, once I sleep, I'm gonna go check on, I am interested to see if the forge is active. Only because if I can get free repairs, that's sick. It's... So what, I want to do 12 hours plus to 15 hours. Let's do 16. Yeah. So I want more strength. Oh, that actually affects my fatigue. That's useful. There's a lot of things that affect fatigue, I think. Yeah, but I found the cocktail of strength, endurance, and speed are probably the best ones for me. I don't find any unlike a Fallout game in which I am like very interested in improving my charisma. I have found that I don't really have a use for personality in this game. I don't know if it has any value in Skyrim either, really, in that sense. Like, and by that I mean in the sense of there's not really skill checks in these games. I love that about Fallout. I think that's one of my favorite things about Fallout is the various ways in which you can sort of alternate your play style because of the there's a guy here I know. I saw him and I want to say I talked to him.
Well met.
Hey. Yeah, he doesn't really...
If you're all alone in the woods and you see a troll coming, you run.
Cool.
I can repair almost anything.
Yeah, so he does still cost money. I was hoping that you could,
Good day.
He doesn't sell anything, though. I guess he's cheaper? I'm not 100% sure about that. I was wondering if you could upgrade this. I feel like possibly, but, well, that's some kind of glitch. That is a bug. I don't... Oh. Yep. Oh, boy. You know, honestly, if this wasn't obviously like a bug happening... Oh, boy. So my game is bugging. Yeah, the grass is bugging, and that's bugging. Is anything else bugging? That's not. Interesting. Loading areas. Yeah, something's goofing. Something's goofing. I go to Coral and see if anything changes. Because if that just stays... Ooh, ooh. Well, that might be it. That might just be it. The game was like, no, you need to stop streaming now. So I guess I'm gonna stop streaming now. Whoops. That's funny though. Just as an end thing, yeah, if anyone's watching this or like, you know, feel free to, I hate to do the like, comment, subscribe thing, but you know, feel free to, you know, send feedback, comment, whatever you want. I am hoping to keep doing this stuff. I'm probably not going to be able to do this more than like once or twice a week. For now, I'd love to do it more often, but that's just where I'm at right now. Yeah, my name's Lee Holden. I am excited to be doing this more. I hope that you guys have some feedback for me. I'm glad to work on these. Like I said, these are test streams. Honestly, these are probably going to be the way it's going to go, even if I sort of transition to them not being test streams anymore. But I'm still learning things. I'm still tweaking things and figuring out what feels good. Yeah. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm gonna keep celebrating my birthday in just various other ways. I will see you guys later. Have a good rest of your Monday. Bye-bye.